Some items sell really fast, some sit for a while, and some keep coming back. What I want to talk to you about in this video are those items that we all come across from time to time that are cursed. This video is going to be about cursed items that refuse to leave. I don't know if you're familiar with the short story, The Monkey's Paw, but I have a monkey's paw coming back to me as we speak. The cursed item that I'm dealing with right now is an absolutely beautiful Ted Baker suit. I sold it and it got returned to me. I sold it again and it got returned to me. And now I've sold it yet a third time, and guess what? It's coming back to me. This is truly a cursed item. Let me tell you about the process in what I did to try to prevent this and what I inadvertently did to make absolutely sure that I cursed the item. So let's talk about that. The first time that I listed the item, it was a good listing, and it's a beautiful suit, and it's never been worn. It hasn't even ever been hemmed. I showed all the measurements, lots of good pictures, really clear description, and it just didn't fit the guy that bought it. Sent it back, even sent me a note, lovely suit, just doesn't fit me. So like all of you, one of the things you do when you get a returned item, you don't just simply relist it and use all the same pictures. You go through and you make sure that you address whatever created the problem the first time, which of course I did. I made absolutely sure that everything in it was very clear. I make sure I mention things that the suit doesn't have any stretch, and here's the measurements. Here's how much room you have to let it out if you need to. All of the things. I did all of the things. Sold the suit. Even lowered the price just a little bit to make it more enticing. Person gets it, loves the suit, just doesn't look right on him, and it's being returned. When I get it back, and I go through all of those things again, and I truly think this time I have the perfect listing, and I think that I did. I think that I had the perfect listing, but when it came time to ship it, I made a colossal error. And I'm going to tell you what the error is. And for you long-term resellers, those people that have been doing this for a while, you're going to know. You're going to know the minute I tell you what I did, how things went wrong. If you're a new reseller, you need to look and listen to what I'm about to say, because it can change your whole reselling story. So here's what happened. The third listing was perfect. The suit really is very nice. I'll put a picture of it up if I haven't already. It's a beautiful suit, really sharp looking. When I took it to the post office, I looked over at Melody and I said, I hope this doesn't get returned again. If the suit was not cursed, I made sure that it was. It got to its destination. And truly at this point, it's not even the buyer, it's the suit. The suit has chosen me. And my flippant comment about not coming back again taunted it. And so it is coming back for the third time. It is truly the monkey's paw. So let's talk about what you can do if you end up with a cursed item. Sometimes you're going to end up with cursed items that you didn't curse yourself. Sometimes you're going to end up with cursed items like I've done that I obviously impacted the return rate of this. So the first thing you do is how can you recognize if you might have a cursed item that's already in your inventory? A good sign would be that it's a beautiful item, it's priced appropriately, and your pictures are good, and it sits with no activity whatsoever for a very, very long period of time. When you go in and you adjust your listing and you try to refresh it, it continues to get no attention. That's a good sign that you've got a cursed item on your hands. All of these are dependent upon having an item that should sell and the people should be happy with. But you got the right item, you got the right price, you got the good pictures, and maybe this one gets tons of views, tons of watchers, no offers, no bids, no sales, and it sits an extraordinarily long time. That might be a cursed item. And the final one that I will talk about here is my item, and it is that item that has chosen you. And it's not leaving, and it's not going anywhere. It's going to be with you until you take drastic measures to get it gone. So those are the types of cursed items that you will come across. We don't always know how an item got cursed, but we do know when we've encountered one. So let's talk about what to do once you know that you have a cursed item. Most of us, when we know that we have a cursed item, we just want it gone. And there are several ways that you can do that. You can do all of the things that I did with my item. Improve the listing, drop the price, make sure you've addressed whatever it was that caused it to be returned, and get it as close to perfect as you possibly can. Sometimes, as in my case, that's not enough. And you got to take even more drastic measures. And that can be up to and including donating it. It depending upon what the item is, you could put it up and hang it up and just call it part of the decor. Like you're just going to live with it. Maybe I put my mannequin in here and I stand it behind me where it's watching over me all the time. For me, that doesn't work. If I'm going to donate it, I can't just throw it in a Goodwill donation center because you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. A couple of months from now, I'm going to be at the Goodwill bins, minding my own business, and it's going to wind up in my basket. I'm going to see it right there in the bins, and I'm going to have trouble leaving it there because it's such a nice suit. And I'm going to buy it again. It's going to convince me to bring it back home. So donating it to a conventional donation center isn't going to work. Sometimes curses don't transfer. I might be able to send this out to my friends, the FI resellers, and they sell the suit, they get their money, and life goes on. But sometimes the curse follows the suit. Sometimes the curse follows the item. And I don't want to transfer my curse onto somebody else's store. Although that is an option as long as you were upfront with them and say, hey, I think this item's cursed. Do you want to mess with it? Then at least they're making a conscious choice. You could never donate it to somebody who's going to resell it and not tell them the item is cursed. Your other option, and maybe the best one, is to find somebody local who can actually benefit from it. And so I'm thinking when I get this back that I may find a high school kid who's graduating who needs a good suit, and I'll pay to get it tailored for them, get the pants hemmed so that they have a good suit for graduation and beyond. And I think if I do that, I might be able to cancel out the curse and let it go on and serve somebody well. So my question for you as a viewer, whether you're long-term or short-term, have you ever had a cursed item? If so, what was it? What happened? I haven't covered every single way for you to deal with it. So I'd love to know, what did you do? When you realized you had a cursed item, how did you handle it? Or have you? Do you still have it? I'm really hoping that your stores are filled with non-cursed items and that you make lots of sales that stay sold and that the monkey's paw does not visit your store. That's it for this one. I'm going to see you real soon on the next one. Bye.